welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. So today I'm going to be showing you how you can achieve this melted candle wreath inspired makeup look. This is also a part of my 12 days of SFX-mas, and if you want to check out more of those videos, I will be leaving the playlist link down below so you guys can check that out. Believe it or not, this is actually inspired by the song My Christmas Tree, which is featured in Home Alone 2. It's the scene where they're in the choir and they're all holding their candles, singing the song My Christmas Tree, and I thought it'd be fun to just have some melted wax on my chest. So anyways, with all that being said, if you guys are interested in seeing how you can achieve this makeup look, then just keep watching. Hey guys, so to get started, I'm going to be taking my Buckle Bunny Beauty Fringe Benefit Primer and applying that all over my face before taking my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Foundation in light neutral and applying that onto my face using my IT Cosmetics Airbrush Blurring Foundation Brush. Next, I'm going to be taking my Buckle Bunny Beauty Creamed Powder Foundation in Mocha and applying that to the areas that I want to contour before lightly blending it out using my Morphe R13 brush. Next, we're going to be moving on to highlighting our face, so I'm going to be taking my ColourPop No Filter Concealer in number 14 and applying that to the areas that we now want to brighten. So this is going to be under my eyes, under my cheekbones, my forehead, and my temples before blending it out with my foundation brush from earlier, just so we can have a nice seamless finish. I'm then going to be moving on to taking my Airspun Translucent Powder and applying that to the concealer to let that sit and bake while we move on to eyeshadow. I'm going to be taking my Jaclyn Hill Morphe eyeshadow palette, taking this champagne color and applying that to my brow bone before remembering that I need to prime my eyelids. So for that, I'm going to be taking my Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish Primer and applying that all over my lid before moving on to this nude color, and we're going to be using that as the transition shade and just applying that all throughout the crease. I'm then going to be taking this dark peach color and applying that into the crease as well with a little bit of a finer brush tip just so we can get a little bit of a sharper line and a more distinct crease color before we move on to almost this khaki color. We're going to be applying that into the crease as well, but make sure to blend that out as you go so that you can avoid any harsh lines. I'm then going to be taking this rose gold eyeshadow and starting at the inner corner of my eye, I'm going to be lifting it up the lid and bringing it to the center of the eyelid before going into this light lavender metallic shadow. And you're just going to be applying this to the very center of the eyelid and moving on to this light pinky copper color, you're going to be applying this to the very end of the lid space. I'm then going to be taking this dark brown eyeshadow and applying it right onto the lash line. I didn't want to do an intense eyeliner or an eyeliner of any sort, so I just wanted to lightly line the eyes to give it a softer look. Next, we're going to be brushing away the excess translucent powder before moving on to the lower lash line, where I'm going to be going back into the dark peach color and applying that all over the lower lash line. Moving back up to the face, I'm going to be taking my Too Faced Cocoa Contour Palette, taking medium and dark cocoa, and chiseling out my cheekbones and basically going over the same areas that I contoured earlier before moving on to bronzer. I'm going to be taking my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and just applying this all over my face before moving on to my Physicians Formula Butter Blush in Plum Rose and applying this right onto the contour to give it a little bit more life. Following that, I'm going to be taking my Buckle Bunny Beauty Honey Bunny Blush and applying that to the apples of my cheeks before moving on to highlight, where I'm going to be taking my Beige Cosmetics Spotlight Highlight Palette, taking Dream and Glow, mixing those together and applying that to the cheekbones and also my temples and Cupid's bow. I'm then going to be prepping my eyelashes by curling them before going back into the highlight color from the Jaclyn Hill Morphe eyeshadow palette and applying that to the inner corner of my eye to help brighten that up a bit. And for mascara, I'm going to be taking my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara and just sweeping that through my eyelashes to give them some nice volume and length. For lips, I'm going to be taking my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil in Deep and just outlining my lips before taking my ColourPop Luxe Lipstick in Uno Moss and applying that all over the lips. And to top it off, I'm going to be taking my Smashbox Lip Gloss in Luster, and this is great because it has a little bit of gold flecks in it to kind of help reflect the light. For my lashes, I'm going to be taking my Kiss Lash Couture Lashes in Lavish and just applying that to my lash line. Now, as for the icicles on the chest, I basically just took a glass plate and covered it in Vaseline. Then taking my hot glue gun, I kind of created some icicle-like shapes, waited for it to dry, and then added another layer on top so it can be a little bit more three-dimensional and have a lot more definition and texture to it. I'm then going to be taking my Graftobian Pro Paint in White Swan, and taking that, I'm going to be creating some faint icicle-like marks on my neck and chest. So I'm just going to be adding a light base on the very top of my neck and creating a few little icicles coming down. Then I'm actually going to be taking my IT Cosmetics Airbrush Foundation Brush, applying some white body paint onto that to get a nice diffused look on the shoulders, and then going back into the pointed detail brush, kind of creating those more opaque icicles. Next, I'm going to be taking my Ben Nye Spirit Gum and some pantyhose, and I'm going to be applying Spirit Gum to both the piece of the icicle and the area that I'm going to be applying it to, waiting a little bit before taking the pantyhose and stippling that onto the Spirit Gum to help mattify it and make it tacky before applying the icicle to the desired area. I personally like to do the chest first before moving on to the neck because I am going to be moving my neck more, especially to see the chest, so it's just easier to do this last. And last but not least, I'm going to be taking the black eyeshadow and applying it onto the icicles, therefore kind of helping transform the icicle-like look to helping it look like melted and burnt wax. This really helps add more dimension and really helps see the separate parts of the risen areas and the lower areas, and really just helps see all of the details that were created with the hot glue gun. And that is the completed look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoy. Leave a comment down below if you'd like to see next. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you can see more of my 12 days of SFX-mas videos. I will also be leaving a playlist link down below so you guys can check it out easier. Anyways, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!